I'm just gonna come out and be honest. When did this season get so, like, sweaty? Look, this is a pre-recording, by the way, of many matches of me killing all of my opponents. I hit those, and then I get moments like this. You know, this video took a lot longer than it should have. It took me 4 days total to completely get a solo win. But yeah, I just want to complain. The people here try hard as hell, you know. And when did I get so ass too? I know it's been a while since I've played, but this is a complete turnout. All right, it actually pisses me off, and this season pisses me off too. And honestly, I don't like it. All right, it's just me getting my ass whooped for like 4 hours. This is like 100 clips all in one, by the way. But this is this is completely terrible. I hate the season. But that is not what you guys are here to hear me yap about today. This experience really questioned my belief on whether or not. So that's why I named it The Time I Thought Santa Was Real. Before I get started with the video, I just want to warn the audience, if you are on the younger side, to not watch this, because whatever I say after this point, you should not believe. Now, if you stayed, I'm just admitting that, Santa's not real. Yeah, I know. Like, Bubba, you a dumbass. Santa's real. Yeah, he is. I click out the video, you know? Are you gone? Yeah, you're gone. Okay. So Santa isn't real. Alright? Now that I've, warned the audience, and admitted that, Santa isn't real, I'm gonna talk about my experience of how I thought Santa was real. This goes back to like 6th or 7th grade, and at the time I was a young lad who was still I stopped believing in Santa since like I was in like 5th grade. After that, my parents were like, I don't know who told. I think it's like an old friend who told me. But the point is, I didn't believe in Santa at that point, and I was helping my parents out with like stuff, like wrapping presents, or not wrapping presents, but like keeping the kids busy while they wrap the presents. Now, this particular story involves a party that I was at my old friend's house. It was like a family gathering and like friend gathering, for the holidays. We were simply, playing at his dad's like old boxy computer, playing what was popular at the time. And his parents, told me and my friend, right? It was like, hey, it's like keep the kids busy, while we do this and that, and we're like, okay, so it's a mission, right? It's a mission at this point. But obviously, while they're doing that, my parents had to stay, and they stayed with us the entire time. And pretty much like a couple hours go by, they come back, you know, and we're keeping all the kids busy in one room. We're saying that all the parents are playing a different game or whatnot, and of course, kids are gullible, so. Then we come back, um, we enjoyed our I guess our Christmas time because we usually celebrate Christmas and open gifts on Christmas Eve. So we're enjoying the food. I'm seeing my friends and their siblings open their gifts, but we don't have our gifts because we usually open ours back at my home. So we're watching them do that. We enjoy the food and whatnot, and then we end up coming to the end of the party. We're saying bye and whatnot. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, somehow my parents were able to leave, you know, and wrap the presents while my siblings were with me. So in my head, I'm expecting the gifts to be at home. Say, I'm expecting the gifts to be at home, and we're on the way back, and my siblings are already like. I think my sister still believed in Santa, but my brother was still like contemplating it. Because I remember we'd like mess around with him, saying, "Oh, he's not real, he's not real," and he's like, "Yo, huh, it's real." But anyways, I digress. You know, we we um we head back home, and to my surprise, there are no gifts under the present or the Christmas tree. You know, no gifts in the Christmas tree. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm at that point. I'm assuming they're coming back to wrap them like throughout the night, and we might open them for Christmas time, like throughout the morning or whatever. So we're talking. Our whole family's in the living room, and our Christmas tree is usually like in the corner by the door. And my siblings are looking at the empty Christmas tree, and we're just there like, you know what? We have family. You know, it's important. We're just like, it doesn't matter if we have presents, whatever, right? I kid you not. It got to the point where my parents left to their room. My sister went to her room, and my brother and I, we've shared a room our whole life. So I'm walking back to my room with my brother. My brother enters the room first, and I was the last person to leave. I kid you not. I'm the last person to look at the Christmas tree, still empty. I turn off the lights, head back to my room, and it's to the point where like I don't know. I was still like kind of skeptical. So I'm looking. I look back at the Christmas tree, turn off the lights, go into my room, and for a split second I hear rustles. So I immediately, this is like in a span of like 10 seconds. So I hear some rustles in the trees or in the tree. I turn back and I turn on the light, and somehow these huge batch of presents are under the tree. And I'm in disbelief because I just turned off the lights. And there's no freaking way my mom and dad had the abilities of the Flash to just go and pull out the trees while mind you, I witnessed them go into the room first. Nobody came out. It's just because there's this hallway in between me, my sister, and my parents' room. And I witnessed them go into the room, both of them. And I turn off the light. It still shocks me to this point. But I tell my parents, I told my parents, obviously, that I was in disbelief. I had to tell someone, you know. I told my brother, I'm like, yo, there's presents under the tree. He's like, what? I'm like, there's presents under the tree. So we call our parents, you know, and they didn't say anything at all. They were just nonchalant, looking back at us like, what? And they're gaslighting me at this point. I'm like, no, I could have sworn. I just turned back, and the presents just magically appeared. And in my head, the whole idea of Santa being real just flew my mind. I was contemplating that whole night. I'm like, is Santa actually real? There's no way. And it didn't leave my head until maybe for a few weeks, because I told everybody, I'm like, I could you not, that Santa was real. And it was so funny, because talking to my parents now, they said that they went to the garage and put all the presents there, but in my, I don't know if it was like my youth mind, like looking back, time went super super fast or went super super slow. But my parents, there's no way my parents would have done it in 10 seconds. Maybe my mind was tricking me into thinking it was 10 seconds. But my parents said that we were in our room for a while, but that made no sense. Because I physically saw them go into the room. I turned off the light and I heard turn back and boom, presents. For some reason. And then I started thinking, it started tripping me out. Because at the time I was watching a lot of scary stuff. And I was rewatching a bunch of scary videos of people living in their homes. So I was super super I was super paranoid. I'm thinking like, could they be living in the attic like that one video, or like, do they have a spare key, like key to the house or something? Because our house is hella small, you know. It's like super small. It's like you could see someone from my room to like the living room, you know. It's like super small. Everything's super condensed. So I don't know. It just tripped me out for many years. I continue telling that story. And my brother believes it because, you know, he was with me, but my parents keep gaslighting us, saying, oh, no, no. It's like, don't worry. It was us. I'm like, great, thanks. You know, Santa might have been real, or not. Or maybe they're all working together. But yeah, I could have sworn, I was like in 7th grade too. This is when like Fortnite, Christmas, the Christmas events were happening. And those were fun times too. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to tell this story while I play this new match of, or not new match, but like it's 100 matches of Fortnite. This was like the one lucky one where I got, um, I got lucky and killed a guy and won my first solo. But that's the end of this video. I'm gonna continue letting this play for a second, cause I was so in disbelief. This was like 4 a.m. by the way. It was like 4 a.m. I was tired. And then watch. Boom! But yeah, I just want to say leave a like, subscribe if you want more content. Let me know. I love you guys so much. Want to say Merry Christmas. And yeah, goodbye.